A very good morning to all our live streamers. A very good morning to all our live viewers. We are back live with the second match of the day. Well, that's in the air. Doesn't carry to the mid off. Good throw from the fielder. It will only be a single. Good sharp single for Vikram Aditya to get himself going. Two without any loss. Star cricketer. Coin toss fell in favor of star cricketer. They have won the toss. Opted to bat first. PRD Reddy and Vikramaditya are the two openers out in the center for star cricketers. 465 matches for Vikramaditya on the verge of getting to a 10,000 run. Once again, Steve bounce. PRD Reddy surprised by the bounce. Gets an inside edge. Ball moves into the fine leg. He'll get himself off the mark. Coming to Vikramaditya's stats 465 matches, 9,589 runs, averaging over 26. Strike rate very healthy 123. Whereas 660 matches for Pyadi Reddy, 22,442 runs, averaging over 44. Strike rate very healthy 143. Well, Aditya looking to pull. That's in the air and taken. Well. Aditya looked in no control and Jaggi Nayak inside the circle makes no mistake. That ball was not there to be pulled away, but Vikramaditya looked to pull. That was on a good length. That was too quick for Aditya to control that one. That was a sharp delivery. In the end, it was just in the air, safely paused by the fielder. First one down in the very first over for star cricketer Aditya. Vikramaditya departs cheaply. 3 for 1 star cricketers after one. Jaggi Nayak to share the new ball with Channa Rao. Right arm. Quick. Jaggi Nayak. 533 matches for him. 569 wickets. Economy just over 6. Excellent best figures of 7 for 13 for Jaggi Nayak. Well, that's an excellent delivery first up. Hitting that 4 to 5 meter mark, and that getting the ball to shape away from the right hander. Beats Pyadi Reddy on the outside edge. Well, the ball is stalking here at one champion cricket ground. This is a grassy surface, a green surface. Will assist the bowlers. Well, Pyadi Reddy giving the charge. Jaggi Nayak saw him coming, crammed him for room at the similar length. Well, Pyadi Reddy is still going for the pull but gets beaten. This is excellent from Jaggi Nayak, keeping an eye on the batter till the very last moment. Good bowling stuff from the bowling team. PP developers. Once again, a good delivery, but this time doesn't bounces. In fact, skids through. Pyadi Reddy, he's a very good batter. He's a very accomplished batter. He's the backbone of Star Cricketers batting lineup. Well, that's a very sharp bumper that's been given wide by the square leg umpire. That was very well directed, but it's just the bounce. It goes over the head of Pyadi Reddy. This will create doubts in the batter's mind. Jaggi Nayak, he's quick. Will he hurry the batter? Well, this time flashed away, but there's a protection there in the gully region, so it will only be a single. Deep gully and deep square leg are the two fielders out for Jaggi Nayak. Now marking your guard is the captain of Star Cricketer, Purushottam. He's in at number 3 in early. 492 matches for Purushottam, over 11,000 runs, averaging just over 26. Well, he's in and he's out. Tried to get on the top of the bounce. Holds out an easy catch to Naresh in the point. That second one down. Purushottam in. Purushottam has to walk back. He's out for a golden duck. Well, that was an excellent bumper from Jaggi Nayak into the surface. Purushottam done all ends up with the pace of Jaggi Nayak. Second one down in the very second over. Star Cricketers 5 for the loss of 2. New batter in is Allen. Is in at number 4 for Star Cricketers. And 20 matches for Allen. 339 runs, averaging over 21. Strike rate very healthy, 159.15 for Allen. He's in way early than he would have thought. Star Cricketers 2 down inside the 2 overs. Last ball of the over. Well, that's an excellent delivery to close out. Will they go for quick single? Yes, they do. Good gather and quick throw. They should have gone for second run, one for the overthrow, but they are settling in with a single, 3 runs and a wicket coming off the second over. Star Cricketer 6 for the loss of 2 after 2 overs. Channarao to continue. Well, once again, shot into the surface. Alan looking to cut that one, but gets beaten. It's a dot ball. Good opening combination. Both the bowlers complementing each other very well. Go to deliveries for both the bowlers are into the surface. They're bowling well in tandem. 1.1 overs, 3 for 1 for Channa Rao. Well, that's been punched away, but straight to the point. Another dot squeezes on from PP developers. Both very good teams going head to head in this league stage match of one champion ill plate season 43. Cut away, will that beat the gully? Yes, it does, but the deep backward point fielder will cut it off, so it will only be a single. One champion played season 32. PP developers up against Star Cricketers. Star Cricketers winning the toss, opting to bat first. 7 for the loss of 2 after 2.3 overs. Marking your guard now is Pyadi Reddy. He's a very established batter in the Telangana cricket. Well, cuts that one. Beats the gully towards his left, and that's a welcome boundary. A first one for the Pyadi Reddy and Star Cricketers. Score moves into double figure now. 11 for 2. Pyadi Reddy on that occasion just getting on the top of bounce and running that ball. Fine for a boundary. Well, this time he winds up. Well, that should have been taken. Well. Pyadi Reddy gets a lifeline. Well, this is not the batter that you'd love to give a life to. Pyadi Reddy, very established batter, I said. Well known for his batting skills. He's put down. That should have been taken in mid-off region. Looking to play straight. Pyadi Reddy. Well, that's a slow one. Beautifully executed. That was very close to the off stump. Wicketkeeper slightly fumbles. Both the batters are through for a single. An excellent second over from Channa Rao. 6 runs coming off that one after 3. Star cricketers 12 for the loss of 2. Jaggi Nayak to continue. Starts off with a good ball. That was very close to be cut away. Pyadi Reddy just guides it very late to the short third fielder for a single. Well, same field for both the bowlers as the balls have very similar length and line, complements each other very well with the new ball. Well, that's slightly short. Guided away, chance of a run out at the non-striker end. No one there at the stump. Well, Pyadi Reddy there went for the single straight away. Allen was really late off the blocks. Bowler should have gone at the stumps. Otherwise, mid on or mid on, anyone should have been at the stumps. That would have been third wicket down. Error in the field Couple of singles in this over. Well, that's a slow one. And Piadi Reddy gets all of it. That goes all the way with the wind in the mid wicket. Excellent hit from Piadi Reddy. That's a fast six of the match. Coming off the blade of Piadi Reddy. He moves to 13 of just 10 deliveries now. That was a good slow one from Jaggi Nayak, but wrong direction on the pads. It was help yourself stuff. Well, once again, Pyadi Reddy looking to play in front, trying to get on the top of bounds, but Jaggi Nayak is very quick through the air. Beaten for pace, beaten for bounce. Pyadi Reddy on that occasion. That's a dot ball. This is a good over for the batting team. They've already got 8 of it. 20 for 2 star cricketers. This time he goes full. Pyadi Reddy looking for the big shot, trying to clear the infield. Gets an inside edge. Good fielding by Jaggi Nayak in his follow through. Well, Jaggi Nayak prefers to go full. Odd ball will be balled very full by Jaggi Nayak. There's a change in field. Now mid on has been dropped back and deep, deep back foot point now inside the circle. That's a slow one that came right off the toe. Quick single, and they'll complete the single with ease in the end. That's a good running between the wicket to end the over. 9 runs coming off the fourth over. Star cricketers 21 for the loss of 2 after 4. Channarao to continue. Once again, it's a sharp bumper. Well directed. Pyadi Ragi. Pyadi Reddy looking to guide that one. Overshot third. Gets beaten. It's a dot ball. Pace is up for both the fast bowlers. The bowling exceedingly well. 2.1 overs. 8 for 1 for Channa Rao. Once again, just short of good length. Pyadi Reddy looking to get on the top of the bounce. This is not an easy surface where you can get on the top of bounce. This is a very green surface. Usually assist the fast bowlers very nicely. Both the fast bowlers using the conditions to good effect. Once again, similar kind of length. Once again, similar kind of shot attempted. But result remains same. No connection with the ball. Pyadi Reddy beaten for the third time on the row. This is excellent from Channa Rao. Will he continue with same length? Well, that's a slow one. Sliced away. Fielder there in the deep. Well, there's a misfield. Did that ball go all the way? Yes, it does. That should have been a single, but a misfield lets the ball go through for a boundary. Poor effort in the deep. This sort of things are expected to be stopped. That should have been only a single. Bowler thinks he's sold out on that occasion by the fielder. 25 for 2 now, star cricketers. Once again, a quick delivery in the air, but this time straight to the fielder. Jaggi Nayak, the man, safe, safest as you like. Pyadi Reddy now walking back. A big wicket falls. Star cricketers now reeling for 25 for 3. Main man Pyadi Reddy dismissed. Channa Rao with the wicket. Once again deceiving the batter with the pace. It was too quick to be controlled. Pyadi Reddy looking for the big shot. Bat turning in his hands and safely pouched by the mid-on fielder Jaggi Nayak. Third one down for star cricketer now. A very experienced batter. Giri Babu replaces Pyadi Reddy. One wide ball giant goes back and another joins in as Giri Babu makes his way out into the center. 859 matches for Giri Babu, 20,520 runs, just averaging under 32. Strike rate very healthy, 151.3. Well, he starts off with a boundary, plays that ball very late and beats the fielder towards his left in the gully. 8 runs and a wicket coming off that over. A good start to Giri Babu. Gets himself off the mark with a boundary. After 5 overs, 29 for the loss of 3 star cricketers. Introduction in the bowling attack. Shrikant now introduced. Well, that's in the air, but will not carry to the sweeper cover. Shrikant, 373 matches for him. For 19 wickets, averaging over 7. Best figures of 5 for 6 for Shapuram Srikant. Well, Giri Babu goes straight as an arrow on the side screen. No fielder there. Srikant bowling very full delivery and paying the penalty. Giri Babu off to a flyer, 8 of 2, strike rate of 400. Well, he's a very aggressive batter, can bat at any stage of the match. He's got the experience. Well, this time cuts and the ball goes over the head of short third. That's the third boundary on the row for Giri Babu. This time not as controlled as the previous two, but he'll take it. 38 for 3 star cricketers. Suddenly they are accelerating in the final over of the power play. They are putting the pressure on the new bowler. Well, this time he tried to pull it over mid on, but doesn't get the connection right. Ball goes all along the carpet straight to the fielder in the inner circle. It's a dot ball. 9 runs of the over so far. Shapuram, Srikant in the pressure. Slightly fuller. Giri Babu looking for the big shot. Gets an inside edge. Ball hits the pad and moves into the covers. Good fielding by Srikant in his follow through. Second dot ball in a row. Last ball of the power play. Well, swing and a miss. This is good from Srikant. staying away from the hitting arc of Giri Babu, and he close outs the over well. Good comeback. Only 9 coming off the sixth over. Star cricketers 38 for the loss of 3. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Straightaway spin after the power play as Venkatarama Rao makes way for himself. Right arm leg break. Venkatarama Rao, very experienced bowler. 427 matches for him, 500 wickets. Economy 8.25. Best figures of 6 for 17. He's a genuine wicket taker. Venkatarama Rao, never afraid of tossing it up. Yes, stayed away, tosses one up, gets the outside edge, but no slip in play. So it will be a single. As I said, this will be a contest. Venkatarama Rao up against Giri Babu. Giri Babu will look to score, but at the same time, Venkatarama Rao not shy of tossing it up. Well, who will get better of the other? Which one will get the better of other? This is a matchup, a good matchup. Venkatarama Rao against Giri Babu. Both the players have good amount of experience under them. Well, conditions might favor Venkatarama Rao as star cricketers are 3 down, but Giri Babu not happy with the stride that Venkatarama Rao takes before delivering the ball. That's tossed up. That's in the air. Will that be taken? Yes, Bharat Gabbar underneath. As I said, this will be an excellent matchup. Venkatarama Rao steps up and picks a big wicket. Gabbar, the man who makes no mistake. Giri Babu, a big wicket of Giri Babu falls. Venkatarama Rao strikes in the very first over. Star cricketer now moves further digs into deep as they are 4 down. Giri Babu, the man dismissed for 16. 39 for 4 now, Star cricketers. The new batter in is Ajay Priya. In at number 6 for Star cricketers, Ajay Priya. Another good batter making his way out to the center. 276 matches for Ajay. 2,626 runs. Averaging just under 16, 15.92 to be precise. Strike rate 115.38. Coming to back to that wicket. What a wicket is was for Venkatarama Rao. He's the man who steps in at the big moment, gets the big fish, gets rid of Giri Babu. Dangerous batter Giri Babu was looking to slog sweep, gets the leading edge. No mistake in the deep by Bharat. Gabbar. Well. That's a big loss for star cricketer. When Katarama Rao strikes in the very first over, more often than not, he strikes. As I said, he's not shy of tossing it up. He believes that he's got a good opportunity to pick wickets when bowling it up. Well, this was wayward from Ramarao. Down the leg, white signal by the umpire. Ajay swings, but gets no connection with the ball. 40 now, 40 for 4 star cricketers after 6.2. Once again, tossed it up. Another batter looking for the biggie. Well, this is what Venkataramarao does. He balls it up. He invites the batter for the big shots. He's got belief in his skill that he can deceive the batter with a very full delivery too. He'll get turn and bounce. This surface is a good one. He'll get sharp turn and bounce when bowling slow, and he balls very slow through the air. Well, was there an outside edge? Ajay looking to play on the back foot. Have to wait for the umpire signals. Yes, no signal made. That means it was an outside edge. Wicketkeeper there, missing an opportunity. This kind of surfaces suits Venkataramarao. Any turn, any assistance from the surface, he'll abstract that. Balls very slow through the air. Well, once again, a floater, this time way outside of stump. That's driven all along the carpet by Allen for a single. Good fielding by long off fielder. Well, Venkataramarao thinking that he might have finished his over, but the match official correcting him. Last ball of the over remaining. 4 runs and a wicket so far in this over. 42 for 4 star cricketers. Another flighted delivery. Ajay looking for the biggie once again, but doesn't get anywhere near to the middle. It's only a single to close out the over and successful one from Venkataramarao. 5 runs and a massive wicket of Giri Babu in that over. 7 overs, 43 for 4 star cricketers. Srikanth to continue. Well, that's a very good delivery. Very close to the off stump. Ajay trying to play very late. That ball skids through the surface. That is what Srikanth gets every now and then. He balls with a very slingy action, gets the ball to skid through. Is very different to the other two seamers who hits the deck hard. He usually balls in a good length and gets the ball to skid through. This time, beautifully controlled shot from Ajay Priya. This time, he waits and cuts the ball very late and in between back foot point and short third, and he'll fetch 4 for that. Score moves to 47. Ajay moves to run a ball 6. This is what you need to do on this surface. You need to wait. You need to get yourself in. You need to get used to the bounce. This is not a surface where you can score 200 plus. 160, 150 will be a very challenging score as well at this surface. This time swinged away. Fielder there in the deep in mid wicket region, so it will only be a single. As I was saying, 160 will be very challenging at the surface. If you ball in the right areas, batters will find difficult to score runs as the ball once gets old. It's more often than not skidding through the surface. Very quick single, both the batters calling early and ending at ending that single with ease. 6 runs of the over so far. Last ball of the over. Star cricketers 49 for 4. Once again, cut away. Will he beat the inner circle? No, he doesn't. Slight misfield will allow the batters to cross through for a single. A good one. 7 runs coming off the over. 50 is up for Star cricketers after 8 overs. 8 overs, 50 for 4. Current run rate 6.25 for Star cricketers. Well, 6.25 is not a bad current rate in these circumstances, but they have lost all the top order Star cricketers. First, very experienced Pyadi Reddy going, who was dismissed by Channa Rao, caught at mid on. Then it was Giri Babu who was dismissed by Venkatarama Rao. Well, another man goes down. Well, Venkatarama Rao continues the very way. Once again, it's the combination of Bharat Gabbar and Venkatarama Rao who seizes the wicket. In fact, it's Srikanth with the catch. Well, looking to go inside out over extra covers, getting the outer half of the bat and safely paused by Srikanth in the cover point. Half of the teams now back in the sheds as Ajay Priya dismissed in the single figures. 50 for 5 after 8.1. Star cricketers now move further into trouble. New batter in is Jaychand in at number 7 for Star cricketers. He's got experience behind him. Jaychand, 315 matches for Jaychand, 2,815 runs, averaging over 10. Strike rate just under 80 for Jaychand. Well, both the batters from here on look to bat on for few overs. From there on, they can set a target for their team. Well, Kantarama Rao, 1.1 over, 5 runs, 2 wickets for him already. Once again, beautifully tossed up, attacking the stumps. Jayachandra resisting the temptation that was on from Venkatarama Rao. Well, what a baller, Venkatarama Rao. Never shy of tossing it up. Doesn't changes his length. With the batter, he works on his strength. Well, that's beautifully swept. No one there. Behind square leg. It's a boundary. Jaychand opens his account with a boundary. Well, that was a rare loosener from Venkatarama Rao this time, drifting on the pads of Jaychand and who makes full use of the freebie that was on offered. Venkatramarao, more often than the not, stays on the stumps and very full. This time drifts one and he pays the penalty. Once again, slow through the air, pitching on the off stump, leaving the right hander who defends on the front foot. Well, batters now have learned the lesson. They're not going after Venkataramarao. They're happy to play him out. They are waiting for the loose delivery, not looking to play straight down the ground, not looking to play cross batted shots against Venkataramarao. Well, this time the batter plays with the straight bat for a single. Long off fielder has to come running inside the circle. Last ball of the over. 5 runs and a wicket so far. Once again, tossed up, but this time in between cover point and point. Well, that ball racing away very quickly through the surface. That's a welcome boundary. Beautifully played inside out with the spin on that occasion. Allen with the boundary after 9 overs, 59 for 5 star cricketers. Another change in the bowling attack, more spin for PP developers as Bharat Gabbar now introduced into the attack. 699 matches for Gabbar, 828 wickets, economy 6.7, best figures of 7 for 14. He is a left arm orthodox. Gabbar, very different to Venkataramarao. Rao. He'll ball slightly quicker and he'll get the ball to skid through. Well. That ball was very close to the leg stump. That's been given as a wide by the match official. Good start for Gabbar. Jaychand going on the back foot. That's not the right thing against Bharat Gabbar. This time he hikes one across the line. Will they come back for second? No, they are settling in with a single. They could have gone for second run, but they're happy with the single, both the batters. Now Allen back on strike. 11 of 10 for Allen. Well, cuts one. Work to be done by sweeper cover. Will they come back for second? No, there's no second run there. Good throw from the D fielder. Wide and couple of singles in this over so far. Very skiddy, Bharat. Well, this time the batter plays with the soft hands. That's a dot ball. Bharat Gabbar will every now and then slow the ball and look for turn as well. But his primary skill is to get the ball skid through. Well, they are going for a single. Well, there's a chance of a run out, and yet it's given. Jayachandra there. The man dismissed. There was never a run there. That ball went straight to the point fielder, who's very quick and releases the ball quickly. Bharat gathers it quickly, cleanly, and dislodges the bail. Naresh in the point does exceedingly well to dismiss Jaychand. Another one goes down. That's the last thing star cricketer would have wanted. A run out. They've got one. Star cricketer now in all sorts of trouble as they have lost sixth one down. inside the 10 overs. 62 for 6 now. Well, the new batter in is CH Rahul in at number 8 for Star Cricketers. 534 matches for Rahul, 7,007 runs, averaging 22.32, strike rate very healthy, 125.69. But he'll be at the non-striker end. CH Rahul. Well, another one goes down. That ball skids through the surface, hits the pad first, then goes on to hit the timber. Well, as I said, Bharat Gabbar, very skiddy, gets the ball to skid through the surface, gets rid of well set Allen. Allen looking to anchor the innings, but now has to walk back. He should have been playing with a very straight bat, goes on the back foot, and Bharat Gabbar finds a gap between bat and pad, and that's enough for him. Seventh one bites the dust for Star Cricketers. Now 62 for 7 Star Cricketers. New batter in is Vikram Simadri. drives one full and gets himself off the mark. A successful over from Bharat Gabbar, 4 runs and couple of wickets in that over. 63 for 7. Star cricketers. Vikram Simadri, more than capable batter, in at number 9 for Star cricketers. He's a very good all-round cricketer and very experienced too. 586 matches for Vikram Simadri, 4,139 runs, averaging over 13. Strike rate 110.58 for Vikram Simadri Borra, who just got himself off the mark. Venkataramarao will continue. 2 overs, 14 for 2 for him. Venkataramarao into his third over. As I said, he is a genuine wicket taker. Venkataramarao, never shy of tossing it up. Will look for outside edge at the same time. Will entice and invite the batters for big shots. Gully, point, cover point, and fine leg are the fielders inside the circle, whereas deep extra cover, long on, long off, mid wicket, and deep square leg are the fielders outside the circle for Venkatarama Rao. All the fielders deep are well in front of point and square leg, no one behind the wicket. Well, this time he balls a wide, way outside off stump, slow through the air. He'll ask the questions every now and then. Venkatarama Rao, master in his skill. Well, that ball skidded through. Well, that's at the end for Vikram Simadri. That was pitched in the line and then skids through. He should have been playing with the straight bat, as I said, but he tries to sweep, misses a straight one, and no hesitation in the match official's mind before raising the finger. Well, now eighth one down. Star cricketers now in danger of getting bowled out inside 20 overs as they lose eighth wicket. Vikram Simadri only managed one. 64 for 8. Star cricketers. New batter in is Srinivas Pedipala is in at number 10. 472 matches for Srinivas Pedipala, 4,343 runs, averaging over 22, strike rate 75.64 for Srinivas Pedipala. Well, he can bat too. He's more than a handy batter. He's got a very good batting stats. Srinivas Pedipala, will he resist Venkatarama Rao? Yes, beautifully drives it in the extra cover all along the carpet for a single to get himself off the mark. Well, now marking your guard is CH Rahul. He's a very established batter too. Came very low to bat. He should have been batting up. Rahul, well, tries for a reverse sweep, but that ball was wide, way outside off stump. Wicketkeeper shocked with the decision of match official, but that ball was clearly outside the wide line on the off stump. So A very good decision by the match official. That's a quicker one from Venkatarama Rao. Rahul just walks it away on the leg side for a single. Well, Venkatarama Rao usually doesn't ball a quicker one, but he does on that. That's the response of the reverse sweep, I must say. Once again, very slow through the air. Srinivas Peddipala just defending that one. Straight back to the bowler. It's a dot ball. Well, Venkatarama Rao now changing his guard, coming diagonal around the wicket, looking to mix up and making the batter think. 2.4 overs. 2.4 overs. 18 for 3 so far for Venkatarama Rao. Well, that's a low full toss. Driven on the up in the covers for a single. All along the carpet on that in occasion from Srinivas Pedipala. Well, Venkatarama Rao now changing up things and now preferring to come over the wicket for the last ball. Well, he looked tired up. He's tired up. Venkatarama Rao is breathing heavily, having a sip of water. Venkatarama Rao, well, he's not the youngest, but he's definitely got his spirits up. In fact, he's covering diagonal around the wicket. Venkatarama Rao plays with a very good spirit. Well, there's a sweep shot from CH Rahul. Huge appeal for the leg before, but the match official says not out. Venkatarama Rao will walk off, but an excellent spell of bowling from him. A huge round of applause by all his teammates for Venkatarama Rao. An excellent spell from him. 3 overs, 20 for 3, economy 6.67. Bharat Gabbar now will continue. 1 over 4 for 1 for Bharat Gabbar into his second over now. PP, PP developers now fielding with 10 fielders as Venkatarama Rao is off the field. No fielder there to replace him, so they are now fielding with 10. Well, Rahul looking to go inside out, over covers, but length was not there. Play NMS, it's a dot ball. Well, Bharat Gabbar, he's a very smart operator. Well, Rahul looking to sweep. Appeal, huge appeal, in fact, for the leg before, but the match official says not out. Rahul looking to play way too many shots at the moment. He needs to calm things up. Well pulled away. There's a fielder in the deep. Usually a very safe hand. Juggy. But, well, there's a chance of a run out. Well, all happening on the very delivery. First, a catch drop, then a run out missed. Rahul getting couple of lifelines in the very ball. Srinivas playing that one with the very soft hands in the covers. Will they come back for second? Yes, the misfield will allow them to come back for second. This is good awareness from both the batters. Score moves to 72. Well, that ball came in after pitching. That ball was a Chinaman, left arm leg break Chinaman. He balls that deliveries to Bharat Gabbar. 4 runs so far of the over. Last ball of the over. Well, that's slow through the air. Once again, Rahul looking to sweep it from outside off stump, but missing the ball completely. It's a dot ball to close out the over. 4 runs coming off the 12th over. 73 for 8. Star cricketers. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Naresh with the ball. 489 matches for Naresh. 226 wickets. Economy of 8.35. Best figures of 5 for 35 for Naresh. Starts off with a very full delivery. Driven nicely by Srinivas Pedipala for a single. A partnership building for star cricketers. Well, there's an outside edge and the ball carries over the head of short third. That's a welcome boundary. Not the most convincing manner, but Rahul will take it. That ball was on a length and Rahul looking to play on the up over extra cover. Gets a top edge and the ball flies away over short third. Score now moves to 78. 78 for 8 star cricketers now. Well, that's short of good length on that occasion from Naresh. Rahul looking to cut that one, but that ball arrived not as quick as he was anticipating. Naresh is not one of the quickest bowler. That's beautifully lifted over covers. Fielder there behind. There's a misfield in the deep. Well, that's a poor effort from the fielder in the deep. You expect fielders to do well in the deep. Well, this partnership now growing along nicely for star cricketers as they have stitched 18 runs of just 15 deliveries. Srinivas Pedipala and Rahul CH for the ninth wicket. Once again, slaps one, and this time he gets all of it. Does that carry all the way? Yes, it does. That was an excellent shot from Rahul CH. That ball was not full enough, but still he's made good room for himself. Slaps that one away for a six. That's short of an authority from Rahul, who moves to 17 of just 10 deliveries. Well, that's a slow one from Naresh. Kept low, but a good over for the batting team. 15 runs coming off the 13th over by Naresh. Star cricketers 88 for the loss of 8. Gabbar to continue. Starts off with a slightly short delivery, punched off the back foot by Srinivas Pedipala to give the strike to Rahul. Rahul just guiding that ball in the third man for a single. Both the batters now playing very cautiously. That is the ideal thing to do in these conditions. Once again, guided away. Well, almost beats the inner circle. Srinivas Pedipala. This is what they need to do. Just need to run the ball here and there for singles. This time playing on the front foot, looking for the quick single. Sent back by Srinivas Pedipala. An excellent fielding from Gabbar in his follow through. Well, once again, Rahul looks to sweep but gets beaten. Gabbar is not someone who will offer you freebies. He's very accurate with his liner length. This time, Rahul makes room for himself but only manages a single in the long off region. A good one, only 4 runs coming off the 14th over. Star Cricketers 92 for the loss of 8. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Now Chakri introduced. 130 matches for Chakri, 91 wickets, economy 7.87. Best figures of 5 for 25 for Chakri. Will be bowling at Rahul. Well, Venkataramarao now back on the field. Now PP developers fielding with 11 players as their captain. Venkataramarao steps back on the field after taking rest for a couple of overs. Chakri now. Also very full delivery, driven straight by CH Rahul. That could have been fielded by the bowler in his follow through, but he lets the ball go through right in between both the legs. It's a single for Chakri to start off the over. Score moves to 93 now. Srinivas Peddipala guiding that ball in the point region. Venkataramarao does well, stops the ball with his very foot. Couple of singles to start off the over. Rahul looking very good, 20 of 19. He needs to bat throughout for star cricketers to get them to a respectable total. Well, once again, he makes room, but this time doesn't get the gap. Hits it straight to the covers. Was right at the edge of the circle. Well, this time he goes the other side, gets the scoop shot in, but fails to beat the shot fine. It will only be a single. This time on the pads, Srinivas Peddipala plays it with the soft hands and rotates the strike through. A good over from Chakri. Only 4 runs coming so far. Last ball of the over. 96 for 8. Star cricketers. Well, Rahul making room for himself. Tries to go wide of long off. But long off does well. Keeps it to 1. 5 runs coming off the 15th over by Chakri. Star cricketers. 97 for the loss of 8. Gabbar to continue into his last over. 3 overs, 12 for 1 so far for Gabbar. Well, that's slightly short, punched off the back foot. There's a misfield in the long on region. Will they come back for second? No, they're not. They are settling in with a single. They're not running the second on the misfield. Both the batters moving along very nicely. Run a ball 10 for Srinivas Pedipala, whereas 23 of 20 for CH Rahul. They need to play with similar fashion for more 2 to 3 overs from here on, then explode in the last couple of overs. Well, Rahul once again looks for the sweep shot, gets beaten. That was a quicker one from Gabbar. That was thrown up and quick through the air, very close to the off stump. Rahul survives. This time slow through the air. It's in the air, but doesn't carry to the deep fielder. Well, that was timed very badly that it doesn't even carry to the deep fielder. 100 is up for Star Cricketers. 100 for 8 after 15.4 overs. This good comeback. They're coming back in the game on the back of this partnership. Well, that's a good cut shot from Srinivas Pedipala. Plays it very late. Ball goes to the short third very quickly. Partnership for 37 of just 34 deliveries. Well, Rahul looking for the reverse sweep on that occasion. Gets beaten. That's a dot ball to close out the over. A successful one from Gabbar. 4 runs coming off that over. Sharp cricketers 101 for the loss of 8 after 16. Venkataramarao back into the attack. He'll bowl out. Gio was 20 for 3 so far for Venkataramarao. He's got 3 big fish. dismissed Giri Babu in the very first over. Venkata Rao, well, that's slow through the air. Srinivas Pedipala looking for the single, played it with the very soft hand. Ball goes nowhere. Wicketkeeper does well. It's a dot ball. Pedipala cuts. They're looking for a quick single. A good throw from the point fielder. Rahul is quick, but that would have been curtains for him if the fielder would have hit the target. Good running between the wicket by both the batters. Well, Venkata Rao strikes. Srinivas Pedipala not happy with the leg umpire decision as he thinks that was over the waist height, but the match official suggests that he was standing well outside the crease. Good catch from Jaggi Nayak in the deep to dismiss Srinivas Pedipala. Well. That was a very loopy delivery that was dripping through. Match official giving that decision in the favor of the bowler as that ball was dipping and the batter was standing well outside the crease. Ninth one down for the star cricketers. Srinivas Pedipala looking good. Now dismissed. Lakshanya is the last batter in for star cricketers. She is a very good young cricketer. Lakshanya bowls very good spin but now has the job to do with the bat in hand. Well, gets beaten on the outside edge. That's a dot ball to close out the over. 105 for 9. Star cricketers after 17. 105 for the loss of 9 wickets after 17 overs. Chakri now back into the attack. 1 over 5 for none for Chakri. In fact, it's Bunny who's into the attack now. Starts off with a short delivery. Ball skids through the surface, hits the pad. That's a dot ball. A very good bowler, Bunny. Throws that ball wide away from the hitting arc of the right hander, but that's been given as a wide by the match official. This time the batter Rahul looking to pull gets the inside half of the bat. Will they come back for second? No, they are settling in with a single. Lakshanya now on strike, who's yet to open his account. She's just walking Lakshanya, a very good young cricketer. Well, that was slightly aerial, but doesn't carry to the fielder. That's a dot ball. Long on, long off, both inside the circle for Lakshanya. Well, she pulls beautifully in the mid wicket and gets herself off the mark. This is poor field placement from PP developers. They should have gone with more fielders inside the circle for Lakshanya. Strike is back with Rahul, who's run a ball 26. Well, this time it's in the air. Wicketkeeper calls it and he takes it. Well, Rahul had to go for the big shot. In the process, Tarun behind the timber. In fact, it's Varun with the gloves who makes no mistake. Varun Vinod. That's the last one. Gone down as star cricketer bundled out inside. Their 20 overs, they have only managed 108. 109 is the target set for PP developers when they come out to chase do catchers on the other side of the match. Well, that's a short one from Vikram, but still batter, preferring to play well in front, looking to go over extra cover, trying to get on the top of the bounce. Doesn't middle it, but it's enough to evade the fielders. Six without any loss. PP developers inside the first over. Varun Vinod, the wicketkeeper batter, and NSG to open for PP developers. That's on the pads, and these are two easy pickings for the batters of caliber of this. Varun Vinod gets in the act and gets himself a boundary. That was slightly short, doesn't climb, and it's easy pickings on the patch for Varun Vinod. 5 of 2 for both the batters. Strike rate 250s. Vikram Simadri, the bowler, to open the bowling for star cricketers. 586 matches for him, 583 wickets. Economy just over 7. Best figures of 7 for 43. Well, that's a better bumper from Vikram. Beautifully directed. Varun looking to pull that one. Gets beaten. Varun Vinod, 199 matches for him. 5,809 runs, averaging over 43, strike rate 134. His partner NSG, very aggressive batter, 206 matches for him, 2,548 runs, averaging just under 20, strike rate over 150. As I said, he's a very aggressive batter. Well, in the meantime, that's down the leg wide given by the match official. Score moves to 11. 109 is the target for PP developers. Once again, slightly short. This time, beautifully played, well in front of square leg. Walk to be done by the square leg. He gives it up. That's a boundary. Timing impeccable on that occasion from Varun. He seems hardly to hit that one, but that ball goes for a boundary. Beautifully gets on the top of the bounce and presents a very straight bat even while playing on the back foot. That's an exhibition from Rahul. 15 without any loss after one. PP developers. Rahul, CH Rahul to share the new ball with Vikram Simadri. Very experienced bowler Rahul. 534 matches for him. 403 wickets. Economy just under 7, 6.92 to be precise. Best figures of 5 for 16 for CH Rahul. Will be bowling at NSG, who's 5 of 2 deliveries. NSG will look to play in front. Even though if you bang in short, he'll still look to play straight. He's got deep gully and deep square leg in play. Rahul, well, that's a length delivery. That's beautifully guided in the gully for a single by NSG. Well, that ball bounced extra. Varun Vinod now back on strike, who's on 9 of 4 deliveries. Well, that's a slow one from Rahul. Varun waits on nicely but plays all along the carpet straight to the mid off fielder. It's a dot ball. This is good matchup. Rahul up against Vinod. Both very good cricketers, very competitive cricketers. Well, this time punched off the back foot but straight to the covers. Back to back dot deliveries. This is what one champion is all about. Well, well, that's beautifully clipped, but there's a protection behind. Will they come back for second? No, energy is not the quickest between the wickets, so they are settling in with a single. Another slow one. 17 without any loss. PP developers. Now they have moved a short third fielder in the mid wicket inside the circle. Lakshanya was being removed from the short third and is being placed in the short mid wicket. Well, that's a slow one, and he swings, and the ball goes to the very fielder, Lakshanya, in the mid wicket. Well, this is excellent fielding. It would have gone for four if. Well, another change in the field. Lakshanya now moved to short square leg, and deep square leg fielder now moved into mid wicket. Once again, a slow one. NSG playing with the very soft hands, looking for the quick single, but sent back by Varun. That's an excellent over. After 17 without any loss. PP developers. Well, there's a change in tactics by star cricketers. Now they are looking to proceed with spin as Srinivas Pedipala introduced into the attack by the captain Purushottam. 472 matches for Srinivas Pedipala, 493 wickets, economy just over 6. Best figures of 5 for 1 for Srinivas Pedipala. Loves to operate inside the power play. Srinivas Pedipala attacks the stumps. He's got a strong field on the leg side. Well, that's been cut away beautifully. Not a plenty of it that was on offer, but Varun Vinod got inside the line on the top of the bound and cuts it towards the right of point. That's a welcome boundary to start off the over. Score moves to 21. Well, long on, mid wicket outside the circle for Srinivas Pedipala, whereas square leg and fine leg inside the circle on the leg side. Very heavy onside field for Srinivas Pedipala. Walked away by Varun Vinod on the offside for a single, whereas five fielders inside the circle on the offside. Mid off, covers, cover point, point, and then gully. Well, that ball turned in sharply. Well. NSG made room for himself, looking to play on the offside. That ball turned very sharply. Srinivas Pedipala going into the surface on that one, getting some extra spin. Good passage, good amount of passage, good amount of purchase from the surface for Srinivas Pedipala. Once again, slight width, punched hard, but doesn't beat the inner circle on that occasion. He's a very sweet timer of ball. Varun Vinod will look for boundaries inside the power play. Very stylish batter, Varun Vinod. This time punched off the back foot, but straight to the short cover. That ball kept low, skids through the surface. Varun Vinod does well to get bat on the ball, but doesn't find the gap. Last ball of the over. That's full. Played with the soft hands, looking for the quick single. but sent back. Girubabu in the point very quick. So 6 runs coming off the third over by Srinivas Pedipala. PP developers 23 without any loss after 3. Rahul to continue. He's got long on and deep mid wicket in play. Rahul. Well, that's a sharp delivery from Rahul. Very close to the body. NSG looking to pull that one. Get speed in. Well, Rahul, he's a very good operator. Balls very quick through the air. NSG needs to look out when playing against him. Well, that's a slow one. The ball skids through. This time, keep slow. An extra bounce. Pace on. Then a low bounce when it goes into the surface and slow through the air. Excellent change up this from Rahul. This is too good for NSG at the moment. This time NSG gives the charge. Doesn't get to the pitch of the ball. Swings and misses. That's a dot ball. Third one on a trot. 23 without any loss. PP developers after 3.3. NSG itching to go big. CH Rahul well aware of that one. He's a very smart operator. This time beautifully done by NSG using the pace, just guiding it wide of wicket keeper. No slip in place. So it's a boundary. NSG changing his tactics. Now just running that ball in the third man. It's a boundary. NSG now into the double figures. 11 of 10 deliveries. Five runs of the over, which brings Varun Vinod back on strike. Last ball of the over. Well, that's full, uppishly driven, but right in between point and cover point. That ball raced across the surface very quickly. 9 runs coming off the fourth over. PP developers raced away to 32 without any loss. Another introduction into the bowler, another experienced spinner introduced into the attack. Mahesh now with the ball, 778 matches for him, 1150 wickets, economy 6.64, best figures of 7 for 29 for Mahesh. Well, that ball spins sharply after pitching, almost goes through the defense of NSG, who somehow manages the inside half of the bat. Ball moves to the short square leg. It's a dot ball. Well, this is good matchup. Mahesh up against NSG. Once again, flights the ball up. That's a good looking shot. That's a helicopter from NSG. Very full. It needed some power to get that sort of elevation of that full delivery. That's a boundary for NSG, who moves into 16. 16 of 13 for NSG. Well, that's aerial, but doesn't carry to mid off fielder. Well, that came at the top of the bat, and hits the bat at the maker sticker. Once again, a beauty, beating the batter on the outside edge. 4 runs coming off the four deliveries. Good comeback from Mahesh. Good comeback from Mahesh. Well, NSG on that occasion moving early. Mahesh stopping right before delivering the ball. He's not happy with the movement of the batter. Well, that's a quicker one from Mahesh. Almost gets rid of NSG. That ball was an inch closer to the off stump. NSG riding on his leg. Last ball of the over. A good over from Mahesh. Only 4 runs coming off that one. NSG once again looking for the big shot. Gets beaten. It's a dot ball. 4 runs coming off the fifth over. 36 without any loss. PP developers. Vikram Simadri back into the attack, and he strikes and sends back Varun Vinod. Varun Vinod usually very good on the pads, but this time the ball goes through his defense and hits the timber behind. Well, that ball skids through the surface, keeps very low. Varun Vinod was looking very good up until that point, but now has to walk back. First one down for PP developers. Vikram Simhadri strikes in his second over. New batter in is Bunny in at number 3. Gets off the mark straight away. Clips one in the square leg and gets himself off the mark. Bunny in at number 3. 251 matches for him. 2,735 runs. Averaging just under 13. Strike rate 83 for Bunny. Well, let's play it off the back foot, looking for the quick single. Initially, NSG was not interested, but then he decides to go for the single. In the end, single safely completed by both the batters. Vikram Simhadri Borra, 1.3 overs, 18 for 1. He's been expensive in his first over, but comes back and picks a priceless wicket of Varun Vinod. Well, that was a slow one. Beautifully played straight as an arrow by NSG. That's a welcome boundary. He was searching for the boundaries in last couple of overs, but he's got one now. As he moves into 20s, 20 of 18 deliveries for NSG. Very destructive at the top. That's a short ball, and that's in the air. Fielder underneath and takes it. Well, that's a very sharp bumper from Vikram Simhadri. Well directed. NSG looking to flat bat that one. That ball ballooned in the air and safe catch by Akash inside the circle. Second one down for PP developers. Well, second one goes down for PP developers in the very over. Now 43 for 2. Channarao is the new batter in who replaces NSG. Excellent with the ball in hand in the first inning. What does he has to offer with the bat in hand now? A very experienced player, a very accomplished all-rounder for PP developers in at number 4. 399 matches for Channa Rao. 8,305 runs, averaging just over 30. Strike rate very healthy, 157.41 for Channa Rao. That's a short ball, beautifully pulled away. Well in front of square leg. In the mid wicket it goes. No chance for any fielder. No better way to get yourself off the mark than hit a boundary. Strike rate 400 for Channa Rao. Power play ends on a high for PP developers. 47 for 2 after 6. Mahesh Mandalapu to continue. 1 over 4 for none for Mahesh into his second over. A very good over. Conceding 4 runs in the power play. Now he's got more fielders outside the circle. Mahesh. Well, that's been cleverly played by Bunny, but will get only a single for that. Waits on the back foot, just guides that ball. Well, that's punched off the back foot, but straight to the cover point. It's a dot ball. 48 for the loss of 2 PP developers after 6.2. Star cricketers coming back strongly. Well, Channa Rao looking for the big shot. Gets an inside edge. Ball moves into the short square leg. Lakshanya there does well. It's a dot ball. This is good from Mahesh. He's bowling slow through the air. He's getting some turn from the surface. Channa Rao. Well, Channa Rao looking to sweep that one from the outside off stump. That ball skids through after pitching. Beats the batter. That's a dot ball. Third one on the trot. Mahesh Mandalapu in between of an excellent spell. This time played off the back foot. Short mid wicket fielder tries to cut that one, but that was beautifully placed between. That's a single in the long on region. Bunny 4 of 3, whereas runner ball 5 for Channa Rao. Once again, slow through the air. Bunny cuts it off the back foot in the sweeper cover for a single. An excellent over from Mahesh. Only 3 coming off the 7th. 50 is up for PP developers. 50 for the loss of 2 after 7 overs. Another introduction in the bowling attack. Another spinner introduced right after the power play as Lakshanya now has the ball in hand. Is a slow left arm orthodox bowler. She's a very good operator, a very young cricketer. Well, starts off with a loosener. In fact, it's a no ball. That ball bounced twice before reaching the popping crease, hence given no ball by the square leg umpire. Well, she might have missed her run up. That is the reason why released it very awfully. Now free hit coming up. Well, slow through the air, played wide of long off. Fielder does well, so it will only be a single. Bunny there failing to make full use of the free hit. Coming to the stats of Lakshanya, 103 matches for her, 80 wickets, economy under 6, best figures of 5 for 30. She is a very good bowler. She is on a learning curve. She'll get better and better as she plays on. Well, that's drifted on the pads, clipped away, but straight to the short fine. It's a dot ball. 52 for 2 after 7.2 PP developers. That's tossed up and out of the park it goes. Channa Rao, he is a tall batter, needs no second invitation. That's timed very sweetly by Channa Rao. Lakshanya bowling right into the arc, right into the slot for the right hander. Well, she should have She should have dragged her length slightly back, but she goes full, slow through the air. Too easy for Channa Rao. This time he goes flat and she gets the wicket. She gets the big fish. Well, Lakshanya balls one flat into the surface and she gets rid of Channa Rao, who hits it flat, doesn't get the elevation. An excellent catch in the deep by Aditya Simadri. Has to dive forward and he does exceedingly well. Third one bites the dust. A big wicket of Channa Rao falls. New batter in is Naresh. In at number 5 for PP developers. He joined. He will join Bunny after the departure of Channa Rao. Channa Rao dismissed by Lakshanya. Caught on long off by Vikram Simadri. He was dismissed for 11. Naresh, the new batter in. Very experienced batter, Naresh. 489. Well, that's a full toss and that goes for a boundary. Well, that's a loosener from Lakshanya. He's clearly struggling with her run up. That was a full toss, thigh high full toss, and too easy for Naresh, who puts it away in the fine leg for a boundary and gets himself off the mark. Coming to the career stats of Naresh, 489 matches for Naresh, 4,676 runs, averaging just over 15. Strike rate very healthy, 117.08 for Naresh. With that single, eighth over has been completed. An eventful over from Lakshanya, 13 runs and a wicket, big wicket of Channa Rao coming off that over after 8, 63 for 3. PP developers. Now Srinivas Pedipala back into the attack. 1 over 6 for none for Srinivas Pedipala. Now back into the attack. Well, that was a very full delivery. Batter swings Naresh and he misses. So does the wicketkeeper. But how did that ball miss the stump? That's a big question. That was very close to the leg stump. By signal by the match official, score moves to 64. Once again, it's a full delivery on the stumps. Bunny just defending it straight to the covers. Well, that's on the pads looking for the sweep, but missing the ball completely. That's a dot ball, back to back dot deliveries. 6 of 8 for Bunny. Well, that's a quick delivery. Skids to the surface very quickly. Bunny on the cut gets beaten. That's third dot on the drop. Scoreboard pressure now building on the batter slowly. Well wrapped on the pads, huge appeal, but that ball was drifting down the leg. Nonetheless, four dot balls on the trot for Srinivas Pedipala. Bunny clearly under some pressure here. 45 needed of 67 deliveries. Well, this time punched off the back foot. Fielder there in the sweeper cover, so it will be a single. Two runs coming off the ninth over by Srinivas Pedipala. 65 for 3 PP developers. Mahesh Mandalapu to continue. 2 over 7 for none for Mahesh so far. His ball exceedingly well. His ball slow through the air. He's got good spin from the surface. Well, that's pulled but straight as an arrow. That ball coming high on the bat, hitting at the maker sticker on the bat. Bunny, he had good time but still doesn't get to the middle of the bat. It's a single to start off the over. Well, slow through the air. That's in the air. Fielder coming underneath and he takes it. Well, Naresh with a no shot. Well, that was a nothing shot, I must say. Safely paused by CH Rahul in the mid wicket while charging in. That was nothing sort of shot from Naresh. Fourth one down for PP developers. 66 for 4. Next batter in is Ramesh. He's in at number 6 for PP developers. 799 matches for Ramesh. 21,324 runs, averaging just under 36. Strike rate of 136.74 for Ramesh Keeper. Very good middle order batter for PP developers in at number 6. Once again, very slow through the air, but Ramesh playing that one off the back foot into the sweeper cover for a single. 4 runs and a wicket coming off the 10th over by Mahesh. PP developers 69 for the loss of 4. We are halfway through the chase. 40 needed in 60 balls for PP developers. They have lost 4 wickets. There will be a change in end as we are halfway through. Players will have drinks. We'll be right back after a very short break. Srinivas Pedipala gets rid of Bunny. That ball skids through the surface. Bunny just poking at that one and only managing an outside edge. An excellent catch by the captain Shravan, by the captain Purushottam behind the timber to dismiss Bunny. Well, now fifth one down for PP developers. Well, they are losing too many wickets. They started off nicely, but now got five down. Now are five down inside the 11 overs. This is good comeback. Star cricketers are fighting back. They are making a match for PP developers. Only 108 to play with. They have got half the team out for 69. Well, a wicket here and there will get star cricketer on the top. Their energies are up. Srinivas Pedipala into his third over. Well, the new batter in is Srikant, 70 for 5 PP developers. Srikant, 373 matches, 5,797 runs, averaging 26, strike rate of 143, gets himself off the mark, hitting it in the long off region for a single. 71 for 5. PP developers, 38 still needed. 5 wickets in the tank. It looked as if it would have been an easy win for PP developers, but star cricketers are not going to give it up. After 11, 71 for 5. 38 needed in 54 deliveries. Vikram Simadri back into the attack, into his third over. Excellent over so far. This time he drifts one on the pad. An excellent effort there inside the circle. In square leg, definitely saves 3 runs. That ball was traveling. He had to dive towards his right. He does exceedingly well. Keeps the batter to 1. 73 for 5 now. PP developers need 36 of 49. Well, suddenly runs are hard to come by. Breaks are on from star cricketers. This time cut away right in between point and short third. That ball raced across the surface very quickly. 6 runs coming off the over after 12, 77 for 5. There is an update from match official. PP developers need to chase this target in 19 overs as they came late to the match. Match official reducing their over by one. Now 32 needed of 42. Equation getting tighter and tighter for PP developers as the match goes on. Well, Giribabu into the attack. Starts off with a loosener on the pads of Ramesh. He clips it beautifully. That ball raced very quickly. No chance for deep square leg to cut that off. Giribabu, usually a very good bowler, but this time starts off with a loosener. 859 matches for Giribabu, 375 wickets. Economy just over 7.13. Best figures of 5 for 25 for Giribabu. Coming around the wicket, gets the ball to skid through. Well, that's in the air and put down. Well, there was an opportunity there. Mahesh Mandalapu there in the fine leg. Well, that was a very straightforward, simple catch for Mahesh Mandalapu, who makes a mess and adding insult to an injury. Both the batters gets couple of runs. Once again, looking to lift that ball, gets an inside edge. Ball moves into the square leg for a single. Well, Giri Babu with a very slingy action will get the ball to skid through. Ball keeps slow and skids through the surface more often than not when Giribabu is operating. Well, that's a wide. Well, there's a chance of a run out. No, in fact, the run has been completed with ease. White plus one, two extras for PP developers. They're moving along nicely now in this over. 9 runs already of the over. Three deliveries yet to be ball. Well, this is much better from Giri. Ball going away with the angle after pitching. Beats Ramesh keeper on the outside edge. Usually bats very aggressively. Ramesh, well, this time driven on the up, but there's a fielder behind in sweeper cover, so it will only be a single. 87 for 5. Last ball of the over. Well, the Giri Babu stops right before delivering the ball. Hit on the up, but only for a single in long on region. In fact, in long off region, fielder does well. An expensive over from Giri Babu. 11 runs coming off the 13th over. PP developers 88 for the loss of 5. Now they need 21 in remaining 36 balls. Spinner, more spin from star cricketers. Pyadi Reddy now introduced into the attack. Right arm leg break. Pyadi Reddy, 660 matches for him. 479 wickets. Economy just over 6.42. Best figures of 5 for 19. Will be bowling at Srikanth. Pyadi Reddy coming around the wicket. Diagonal for the right-hander. Well, starts off with a flighted delivery. That's it straight to the long off fielder for a single. Ramesh keeper 12 of 14, whereas 8 of 7 for Srikanth. Both the batters playing Well, that's been given wide, way outside of stump. 90s up for PP developers. This time Ramesh goes straight, but it will be cut off by the long off fielder. That's a powerful shot from Srikanth. That ball was struck firmly and it's a boundary. Boundary coming after a short while for PP developers. Last 2 overs have been very productive one for them. They were there was break in the scoring rate from star cricketers, but last 2 overs clearly belongs to PP developers. 95 for 5 now. 14 needed from here on from 30 deliveries. Once again looking to replicate the previous ball, but this time he misses. It's a dot ball. This time hit straight in and out. Well, that ball was hit very flat, carried all the way to the deep fielder. Fielder opting to go reverse cup. That ball bursts through his fingers and goes for a boundary. Well, that was struck very firmly by Srikanth. Pyadi Reddy tossing it up, inviting for the big shot, almost getting a wicket. Well. Now 99 for 5. 10 needed. Once more goes in the similar region, but this time taken by the deep fielder. One shot too many for Srikanth. Brings his downfall. Vikram Simadri there in the deep makes no mistake on this attempt as 6-1 goes down for PP developers. They have 99 on the board. 99 for 6 after 16 overs. Last 3 overs remaining. 10 runs required. New batter in is Venkatarama Rao in at number 8, the captain of PP developer. Mahesh to continue. Well, that's a good delivery, turning in sharply after pitching. Ramesh keeper just hits it straight back to the bowler. It's a dot ball. Venkatarama Rao, 427 matches, 480 runs, averaging over 5. Strike rate 56.54. Huge appeal and given. Well. Ramesh keeper not happy with the umpire's decision. but he's given that out. Seventh one goes down. Well, Ramesh keeper has to walk back. He's been given LBW by the match official. New batter in is Mahesh. Well, that was very close to the outside edge. An excellent over so far from Mahesh. Picks up a wicket of Ramesh without conceding a run so far. This time guided away, but straight to the gully. It's a dot ball. Three dot balls plus a wicket. Well, once again, Mallesh, the man, swinging across the line and playing down the wrong line. Mahesh picks up another wicket as eighth one goes down for PP developers. Well, is there a twist in the tail? PP developers losing the plot. Still no signs of Bharat. Jaggi Nayak is the new batter in. Jaggi Nayak in at number 11. 533 matches for Jaggi Nayak. 11,474 runs, averaging just under 35. Strike rate 146.75 for Jaggi Nayak. Is in at number 10 for his team. Another right-hander out into the center. Last ball of the over. Will it be a double wicket maiden? Well, that yes, it will be a dot ball to close out the over. An excellent 15th over by Mahesh Mandalapu. Double wicket maiden. Now 10 required from last 4 overs for PP developers. Srinivas Pedipala now to bowl out. 3 overs 9 for 1 for Srinivas. Well, drifts one down the leg. Huge appeal. They're not going for the single. Venkataramara on the strike. Gets wrapped on the pads. Huge appeal from star cricketers. This time played well in the mid wicket region and gets himself off the mark. Venkata Ramarao. 100 is up for PP developers. 100 for 8 in 15.2. 9 needed now. 9 needed from 22 from here on for PP developers. Whereas 2 wickets needed to win for star cricketers. This is anybody's game from here on. Jaggi Nayak lifts it over point for a boundary. What a shot that was! It was quick from Srinivas Pedipala, which was unoffered, and Jaggi Nayak just gets inside the line and lifts it over point for a boundary. What a boundary! What a big ball that was on the context of the game. 104 for 8 now, PP developers. 5 away from the victory. That was in the air for a brief time, but no fielder there, so it was easy single for Jaggi Nayak. Now 105 for the loss of 8. 16th over now running with that single. Venkataramarao Rao now back on strike. Purushottam taking his time to set the field right against Venkataramarao Rao. He's got more fielders inside the circle for Ramarao. Well, that was on the pads, beautifully clipped away. Ball racing away to the fine leg. Yes, it goes all the way. Venkataramarao, the captain of PP Developers, with the winning runs. PP Developers winning this match with the thinnest of margin. They win by 2 wickets. What a fight by Star Cricketers. They have put on a good show. They always were short of runs, only had 108 runs to play with, and they have picked 8 wickets of their opponent. Matt Murray, Star Cricketers, winning the toss, opting to bat first, got bundled out for 108 in just 17.5 overs. In reply, PP Developers chasing it out in 15.5 with just 2 wickets to spare. Congratulations for PP Developers for winning this match with 2 wickets. Player of the match will be the captain of PP Developers, Venkataramarao. 5 crucial runs and 4 wickets with the ball makes him the man of the match.